Hi Tree, let me show you what I can do with your web page. I'm going to show you how your web page inspired me. First, I'll open up your web page. And oh, that's not your web page. No, TL? Yeah, no, TL is not your web page. Test is yours. Come on. There we go. Now index.html. Good. Okay, there's your web page. Now, what I intend to do is I will take your nav bar right here and move it up to the top. And I'll take your header and move. I'm going to switch places with the header and the nav bar. And then this little section down here, which you call content, is I'm going to place an ad there, very similar to an ad in a newspaper. Now let me give you a better idea. I'll go show you what I've got worked up so far, which is this right here. I'm going to give this to my nephew. He's a carpenter also. So here's my nav bar up top, and here's the company logo right there, CambridgeCarpentry.com up in Cambridge, Massachusetts. And then right below it, I'll place the ad that he would put in the community newspaper, and then right below that, right, copyright, blah, 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 blah. You know, like I did on your page. It does not have to be a lot. Now I could change this instead of showing all the sheds that are available to build, or the garages that are available to build, or cabins available, or houses, or anything like that. Uh, I could just do even more simple about, you know, contact, home, just very simple. The idea is to make it as simple as possible. You don't want it to be more difficult than placing an ad in the community newspaper to try and generate some work. It's really that simple. So, with that, you get a pretty good idea of what I'm looking for. And and that's enough. The other thing is I'm running Internet Explorer, Safari, Mozilla Firefox, Google Chrome, and here's my htdocs shortcut folder. Uh, and of course, here's my XAMPP control panel where you can say I have Apache is running, MySQL, PHP Well, the MySQL server is running, which is running PHP and they're both running as service packages. This is the XAMPP package that I'm running. Uh, XAMPP for Friends. I'm running version 1.7.3, which is previous to the one that's available now at 1.7.4. 1.7.4 is a lot easier. It's more intuitive than the one I'm running, but I got used to this one, and I have port checks on this one that you don't have on 1.74. See this little thing right here, port check? If I click on that, uh, there's a now I get to look at all the port checks to see what's running. Like I have the Apache 2.2 services running on port 80 where it's supposed to be running. Otherwise, you've got to go through a long way in order to find out what's running on one port. So I'm not giving up 1.7.3. I'm just too used to it. And what else? What else? These are all websites. With the exception of this, these are all shortcuts to various items. And yeah, these are all websites. And down here, here's an idea of an inner page about Rumford fireplaces that you can place in a house, how it's done, how the layout is done. Here's the explanation on the left, more layout on the right. Building the first course of bricks that creates the firebox. The second course of bricks that creates the firebox was just basically reversed of the first course. And then when you build 18 courses of that, that's what the firebox kind of looks like. Then you have to build something called a throat. That's a view front on. This is a view from the side of what it looks like. Of course, you have to build that out of brick. So it's quite a bit more involved than a lot of people understand. Here's my three websites up here. If you click on either one, that's where you go. There's iCarpenter.org. There's my favicon. And when you click on these, you come over to net. When you click on net, you go to com. There's your button explaining your website, how I worked out your website. Use the back button, takes you right back. And and now if I click back, I go back to net. I click back, I go back to org. And now if I click back, where do I go? I go back to the web page I was on, which is not on the internet. I was just showing you an inner page, working on one of the inner pages. A lot of this stuff really has to be explained. So anyway, that's a pretty good idea of what's going on over here. Now let me see how long that is.